continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Greetings, hello and welcome back to a brand new XCOM 2 campaign. We're going back to Long War of the Chosen without Modgem, without additional classes, without additional enemies, just the base old Steam release version as you can play it from the workshop. And we're gonna throw some self-imposed restrictions on it, as I like to do. More on that later. I mean, you can already see from the title, the campaign is called Army of 4, although we have to say terms and conditions apply. But before we go into it any further, let's have a quick look of who's here. So you get Jet with 17 mobility, 63 aim, corrections, 40, 59. Where did your stat budget go, my friend? Tennis, 57 aim Templar. Where did your stat allocation go? Holy crap, that's kind of a bad Templar. Breslin here, 1566, very average. Handsome guy. Or Clyde, 1567. Princess, 1567, okay, and Walla Koala, 1568. Okay, nobody, like, you know, beaming at me with outstandingly good stats, but also almost nobody, not looking at anyone in particular, almost nobody with bad stats. Wow, that Templar stat line is atrocious.
Affirmative, moving out.
That's the map edge. Okay, let's have you look in that direction.
Affirmative.
Solid copy. 10-4. Will do.
Well, we're not finding anybody so far.
Right.
Ah, so this is the plan.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
You know, it's been, what, so many years since XCOM's out, and I actually still don't know if it's due to training or stricter mind control. It's like the mystery that keeps on giving.
That's affirmative.
I'd really like to see the drone in that group so I know where I can go. So we can actually use that spot. We can get somebody in here. And get you on the high ground.
I'm on it, Commander.
We're just getting you close.
Just like the astral winds.
So then on the high ground, sure.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
No need to ask twice.
We get there.
That's a bold strategy.
We have here.
I'm all over it.
That works.
On the move.
Okay. I think we should have hopefully one more turn
Scanning.
where they just come closer, and then next turn we can just... Yeah, okay, I think we're just gonna overwatch from here and see what they do.
I'm on it.
Like, one more stab and he reveals us. That's fine. That's exactly how we want to start a gate crasher. I'm sure you're gonna have a shot once they move.
I'm on it. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Moving to Overwatch. Overwatch. I'm on it.
Hi.
They've spotted us.
These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
Only the best.
I was almost hoping it
Still
would
moving.
end so quickly.
Yeah, any second now. Need to double check if I have the less Overwatch lockups mod.
I'll get it next time. Target's still up. At least we know where they are.
I think I'm not gonna be screwing around. It's not like we're playing the Gatecrasher Invitational, where we get extra points for not using grenades. Let's soften up this drone a little bit.
Boom!
Absolutely. That's right. On reserves.
87%. Oh boy. I don't think we're gonna get 5 kills to get a promotion on our Templar on the first mission here. It's gonna be very hard.
Right? It was the only possible outcome. The time for contemplation has passed.
Back online. Scanning. Back in. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Ready to engage. Affirmative. Covering now. I'm on it.
Alright, well that was reasonably smooth.
Got it covered.
Yeah, maybe engaging a single pod is already a big advantage on Gatecrasher.
Orders confirmed. On the move. Heading out. Heading out.
Finally.
Got it.
Harok and Viosh.
Not a problem.
It's the map edge, so it's not gonna be anything else, but you know what, you have some decent positions to move to. Let's just leave you there for now.
Got it covered. Affirmative. Covering now.
Worry. Battles are being waged. We must
On
not
Overwatch.
tarry.
Yes, decent amount of room to the left, but I think I want to just push forward here for now.
On my way.
Any of you fast enough to make it to that truck? Not really.
Moving out.
Not a problem.
Let's hold on the left.
Orders confirmed.
You
Moving
free
out.
check that wall. I'd really like you to reload, and then everybody else Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Our Prince also should reload.
Going to Overwatch.
Ready. The time for contemplation has passed.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Really hoping for like a sound cue here.
Back online. Moving to position.
Commander.
Closing on target position now. Moving to Overwatch.
How quaint.
Moving to Overwatch.
Started overwatching people a little bit early,
Path is clear.
because once you start overwatching, you shouldn't be exploring any new tiles.
Eyes peeled,
On
Commander.
Overwatch.
Battles are being waged.
Overwatch.
We must not tarry.
Moving.
I'm really wondering if I should head over to the left a little bit more. How far is this? This is the end of the map, actually. Yeah, you know what? Let's swing left.
Understood. Moving out. Sure thing. On your order.
Going.
Affirmative.
Ah, so this is the plan.
Getting it done.
Moving to Overwatch. Come get some. I'm on it.
I'll be prepared, Commander.
I'm on the move.
Ah, Gatecrasher.
On my way.
Was an exciting time.
On the move.
All right.
Good to go.
Our destiny awaits.
Sure thing. I'm on it, Commander.
Really like to get any sort of indication of where the enemies are.
The time for contemplation has passed.
The enemies get stuck somewhere, and so they're not moving at all, so they're not making any
Closing on
sounds.
target position now.
I'm not sure if that can actually happen, but
Heading out.
this point it feels very,
Moving to position.
very weird. Quiet it is, yeah. Let me actually get
No need to ask twice.
somebody upstairs.
Our faith will prevail.
Solid copy. Moving out.
On Overwatch, covering now.
This all day.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Battles are being waged. We must not tarry.
Wow. Okay. Excitement continues to build. You know what? The advantage of having somebody up here, you usually don't have enemies up here, so I can kind of run you towards other parts of the map to then hopefully get a sound cue if something is over there.
Not a problem.
Should I have done that as the first action of my turn? Probably not.
So,
Understood. Moving out.
Do I start to get impatient here? You bet.
Absolutely.
Huh? I saw something there.
Moving out. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Scanning. Come get some.
Come get some.
the time
Got
for
it covered.
contemplation
Enemy
has
activity.
passed.
Ooh. It was actually close.
Sure.
It's playing tricks with me. Okay, so we know they're kind of in here, right? From the sound and also because it's the last place on the map where anybody could be. Do I want to set...
Solid copy.
We've waited this long. Might as well wait a little bit longer by getting people in here.
Overwatch.
Battles are being waged.
I'm on it.
We must not tarry.
That was actually enough to activate. That's not good.
During the invasion, their genetic structure now includes human DNA. They are stronger than ever, with an even greater psionic potential.
Alright, so the only thing that's good about this is that the sentry is kind of in a hot spot. Nobody is anywhere close by here. You're out of actions already. Can get a flank shot on the sentry. Will that give us line of sight though? Oh, I can get a flank shot from here.
Moving.
On the other guys that are just behind there.
Shot wide.
So sentry's gonna move.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
I think the only thing we can really do is Overwatch here.
Got it covered.
And hope for the best. Like, we can't risk activating the other group, otherwise they murder our two guys in the tunnel.
No, 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 please no!
The enemy threatens me.
Yeah, that's panic. It's interesting that Sentry didn't even care. It's like, oh, it didn't hit me on an 87 last turn, won't hit me this turn.
Might be something we could use here. Enemy eliminated.
Someone miscalculated that, and didn't actually low roll that. Okay. You know the other group's in there. I'm just wondering if we want to activate. So we have 6 actions, 4 enemies.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Moving. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Come get some.
So I don't like this position. On the other hand, they don't really have... Well, this is the only spot where someone could go to and flank me.
Ready to rock. Got it covered.
Don't worry.
Scanning.
The time for contemplation has
Moving to
passed.
Overwatch.
Good
Adder forces
hit.
sighted. I'll get it next time.
I got nothing.
By the
Even
numbers.
better hit. And that's our Gatecrasher injury, yeah? Wouldn't be Gatecrasher without that. Let's see if we get some flanking value here.
I'm on it. Just a little off.
Little off, but good enough to hopefully set up Jet for the kill here. No, this guy. This guy. The sentry counter here.
Moving to designated position.
That's a nice flanking shot on that gunner. Six damage out of nowhere.
On my way.
An easy finish here.
Got the loot here. What did you expect?
Positive confirmation. Area secured. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Alright, crashing gates. As you would expect. Well, only 6 people. I think they only support 6 people on the pictures, right? Makes a lot of sense. Alright, so, Army of 4.
Today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for
Yeah,
those
as soon as she's done
remarks
talking here.
followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by
I wondered how the new gear would hold up, Commander. Looks to me like it's working out just fine.
It's a little bit rough on the willpower side, but other than that, solid Gatecrasher. We did not get an Elerium core, which sucks a little bit. I was hoping I can get some early psionics out. Apparently this is not the campaign for that. Loot is also not super exciting. Stock is kind of nice. Helps early sharpshooters. Alright, let me just get through all of these. Hello Tygan, hello Shen, hello everybody. Yeah, okay, now, yeah, we're actually gonna research just the comps. So, the general idea is that we're going to bring fewer soldiers to our missions than what we would normally do. That means for all your normal guerrilla operations, so anything we infiltrate, we are capping it at 4 soldiers, like any sort of regular old missions. Then we have our troop columns, supply rates, and UFOs, which we're going to cap at 5 soldiers. So I'm kind of like, my rule of thumb is 2 soldiers less than what you would normally use for most missions. So that means retaliations, both full retaliations and intel retaliations. Shut up there. It's going to be 6 soldiers then. Network tower is normally 5. We're going to go with 4 there. That's like the one exception to the rule, because I think with 3 soldiers that would just be insane. We have the option selected, chosen on holidays. The chosen are not going to be here. We're not going to have any chosen in the campaign, which is going to make retaliations a lot harder. I'm not 100% sure how it works with covert actions and getting the better covert actions, which you normally unlock by doing the chosen, anti-chosen missions. So we'll see how that actually shakes out. Never played with that option, but I just thought that I couldn't come up with a good squad size to actually face the chosen, both in the chosen fortress and on the retaliations. Like, doing retaliations with 6 people with the chosen present would be rough. And then, you know, they were breaking my idea for this campaign. Alright, Commander is going to the armory. And so in order to make those smaller squads just a little bit more powerful, to give me a little bit of an edge to make up for the restrictions, we're gonna have a few advantages that we don't have in the normal campaign. First thing you might have noticed on the promotions, we're gonna use the choose my class mod, which means we're gonna have 3 options for every soldier, where we can then select whatever we think makes the most sense for that specific soldier. So for example, in this case, 68, you're gonna be my sharpshooter. We'll get back to you probably. So that's the first thing. I can't show you the second thing until I do my promotions. So that's actually, and you are my highest aim soldier. Let's take sequences here. 67, 15. It's a solid stat line for a ranger, I was going to say. Yeah. So the next thing is that the XCOM row is already actually unlocked. So I have the option selected in, let me just show it off. If you go to your game options, mod settings, community promotion screen, you can disable the training center requirement in order to spend AP to buy XCOM row abilities. So that's one advantage that we're taking here, that we can actually buy those abilities. In addition to that, you might have spotted this little button here, which is the I'm the Commander here mod, which allows you to change abilities. You can say, you know what, salvo on a ranger makes no sense to me, I'm gonna change that. Now, unfortunately, we need to do a little bit of self-control here, because it allows you to pick any other ability, and the cost is related to the slot where it's in. Like, I could pick lethal and put it in the first slot and then pay 10 AP for it. We're obviously not doing that. So I'm going to be cross-referencing the wiki, the UFOpedia entry, to see and make sure that we're only swapping out abilities that are of the appropriate slot, right? So there's like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 abilities. we're going to do 2 restrictions on this whole respecking, because this can build super powerhouse soldiers, although we're still limited by the amount of AP we have available, right? But anyway, there's going to be 2 restrictions on this. First of all, for each soldier, I can only cherry pick 1 ability at most. So if I say, okay, you know, I want to have a gunner with saturation fire, then that's the only thing I can pick. I cannot pick, oh, I want to have saturation fire and, no, not saturation, Shadow Strike. I want to have Shadow Strike on my gunner and bring him on. I can't pick them both. The other restriction is, if I choose an ability, let's say, you know, here, I don't want Salvo, I want to have Lone Wolf instead, then this is, for me, out of the pool. Like, I cannot cherry pick Lone Wolf on any other soldier. I can still, if I see it in the row, I can learn it, but I cannot select it. So it's not, it's kind of to prevent me from just giving everybody untouchable, or giving every gunner Shadow Strike or something like that. You know, putting some restrictions on there. I hope that makes sense and it's not too convoluted. It's also something we're not going to be playing with at the start because we just don't have AP available right yet. Anyway, let's go through the promotions. So the other thing that the Choose My Class mod does for us is, in a normal setup, you would of course have 1 of each class, right? Or 1 of the 7 classes, and then one class that doesn't have anybody. Here, since we there are no restrictions and we always have 3 classes available, we could end up with 4 rangers if we want to, or other soldiers. This might be a gunner, because I want to have a gunner, but in the smaller squads, I kind of need to have a technical, so let me just hold you back 1 second to make sure you're not my only technical. Okay, slightly higher mobility, slightly lower aim. That would be like an assault. Oof. It's kind of like 17 is my point where I can consider a sort of ranger. I'm not a fan of any of that. Let me get back to you, Jet. If I see it correctly, with 8 hacking, you're my best hacker. But you're definitely not gonna be a hacker. 17 mobility. Gotta be an assault. I feel like you end up being assault very often. Alright. Corrections here with the low aim, lowish mobility. And being wounded. Let's just see. Like with 59 aim, gunner and sharpshooter out. So it's got to be another assault here. Which is fine. It's not. I think assaults can catch up fairly easily. So you're out for 12 days. Not the end of the world. Okay. So 7 hack, next highest hack, also not a hacker. So I think you're gonna be a technical. Assault, technical ranger. So I think you're the only one. You really also want to have a grenadier in the setup. Okay, you're gonna be a specialist, even though I'm not super keen on it. Let's see if we can make it work. So that means between you two. Yeah, I think then you're gonna be my grenadier. We're gonna try to make you a sharpshooter. So we do have, since we're gonna get 2 missions at first, right? We're gonna have a technical and for one mission and a grenadier for the other mission to kinda help carry it, do AoE damage, and take out big groups. Having that crappy statline Templar is not gonna help. That's my biggest concern right now. Like the hero class is supposed to carry with 57 aim, it's gonna be rough. And no positive dodge. Like really, what? I mean, you have high combat intelligence.
My people understand them.
Yeah. Actually, I have to double check like what we can cherry pick into your XCOM deck here to make you pop, and ideally make you pop early. Ink Templar with Zone of Control. But again, if a Templar is out there in the enemy group tanking, everybody gonna have high aim anyway. Like giving them what, 20 aim penalty, 15 aim penalty even is not gonna make a difference. It's still gonna hit. So well, we'll have to see about that. Not super keen on the squad setup just yet, but yeah. I think we'll keep our money as usual as soon as we unlock the black market to buy an engineer and a scientist if we can. I will, however, because the game can really screw you over with your first 2 mission timers, and I think for anyone who's not super hell-bent on playing Iron Man, it's a habit that I've just gotten used to, because Gatecrasher is fun, but replaying Gatecrasher 1,000 times is not fun. Because I think the first 2 missions should not have bad timers, and so I'm always taking a save now after Gatecrasher, after sorting out everything before loading in the Geoscape, just to make sure that we're not just getting screwed over by RNG on the first 2 missions. Because if you get like a 3-day timer on the first 2 missions, it's just gonna be, yeah, you might as well restart the campaign. And I don't think there's any strategic value on this, right? It's not player agency that's at play there.
That flow through the earth and all its inhabitants. We channel this energy, aided by technology of our own design, to pursue justice for those who have fallen victim to the Elders and their servants.
Alright, let's see what kind of timers we get. Destroy the relay. That's already a rough one with a group of 4 in a subway. Alright. And I regret coming up with this idea. Okay, so we want to have an assault for the subway. I think we're going to bring the technical. Bring the ranger so we can double shoot on the device. And then we got to bring one of our rookies. I also haven't actually looked at our rookies yet at all. So let's have a quick scan over here. The randomly generated last soldier. For some odd reason, we've got Chris, we've got Andy, Paul, Question, Yeti, Becca's here, Chris, Jason, Boomer, Amy, Rattler, Our hero, Overlord, and Laddie. Nobody with any aim score above 68. Like 68 is the highest aim. Oof. Anyone fantastic on the mobility front? 17 here on Paul. 14 hacking is actually exceptional high hacking score. I think we're just gonna get a Letty in here. Give you an SMG and double frag grenades. Alright. What is... I have the alternative skins in here? Okay. This is fine. Let's bring a medkit for a squad and hope we don't need it. I still think we need this for better line of sight and getting a good opener. Keep you at 15 mobility? Yeah, sure. Alright, I mean, so the big advantage of using groups of 4 people is we're gonna have really short infiltration times, which means we get more missions done. Hopefully.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
Alright, and there's our second timer for an engineer. That's really nice to see. Rescue from cells, so it's a hacking mission and we have our specialist here. That's all good. Let's bring all the grenades. You know what? 16 base mobility, let's bring a shotgun on our specialist. And I'm almost wondering, why don't we bring a... pistol, so we have at least some mobile firepower with you. I think I mentioned before, I always feel like I'm underutilizing pistols. So I'm kind of trying to find a justification to actually bring them. So we're keeping our Templar in the Haven. Like, I don't want to not level the Templar, but I also think I need to bring one rookie on each mission. And it should be like a middle of the road stat line. Like this, 66, 15. This is about as average as you can get stat-wise. Now for our other rookie, we took the good old double grenade SMG approach. But I think I want one more like mid-range weapon here. And somebody needs to carry flashbang. Yeah, that's gonna be fine.
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
I'm gonna switch you guys over to recruit. I'm gonna scan for the black market.
Avenger plotting new course.
Market is open.
Actually, let's check first. So we would need 260 to get both scientist and engineer. I don't think we can get to 260. Even though we're getting double on trooper corpses? Oh boy, that's a gamble. I mean, we're just gonna have to get an early supply rate or something, get some trooper corpses from there, but that's just too good of a gamble here. Sell perception, sell the expanded mag, 85 supplies, 260.
Commander, we currently have no new supplies coming in. We'll need to seek out new means of replenishing our resources.
Right. I like gambling.
Setting course for South Africa.
Another important step forward in our research.
I hate this game. It seems... okay.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
Commander, we can now work to establish contact with local resistance groups operating out of regions around the globe. Once we've collected sufficient intel to make contact, we'll need to scan the target region for the operative signal.
So, we roll to start with 2 connections. Which is... there's 4 people in both havens. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh, this is terrible. So... yeah, it's not great. Normally... most of the time you get 3 connections. Sometimes you get 4 if you're lucky. Having more connections is better because that gives you opportunities to expand better and you're not going to be like screwed over, and you actually have some choice. Like the first 2 connections you will do in a game are the regions adjacent to your home region. I guess we take those 2. Also, when like a UFO lands and brings reinforcements and it lands in your starting region, brings 1 point of reinforcements here and 1 in an adjacent region. The more adjacent regions you have, the less likely it is to drop exactly in the region you care about. So we get shafted a little bit here, which, you know, would be fine-ish if, first of all, I haven't had a 2 region start in the last campaign already, my last stream campaign, which ended up really rough, and the fact that we're already doing something a little bit more challenging with the smaller squads. So I thought, come on, throw me a bone on the strat layer. But instead of throwing me a bone, it's boning me here. We're gonna run the missions as soon as they pop, I think. 1 day, 4 hours. You know, let's really min-max here. We wanna start contacting. So you have 3 additional connections from there. You're gonna have 2 only? I don't think. Let's do this, but there's no connection from New India to the East Africa. So East Africa also sucks in terms of getting further around the world. No offense to anyone from there, but
Setting course for the
making
Australian
contact.
sector.
So what we're going to do here is we run both at the same time. So we're not going to run this at 100, but rather wait for this to hit 100. And then do this. So I want to do like a little bit of scanning.
Local regional contact.
Hours. 12 hours, okay. Switch you guys back to Intel. I'm even consider. Do we put our scientist in here just to get great mission timers and immediately be able to switch back off Intel and back to recruit? Yeah, you know what? We're doing that. Swap this in for scientist. Bring the Avenger over.
Setting course for the South African sector.
And now we're gonna run both of these missions. But yeah, that's gonna be what we'll do in the next episode. Get another engineer. Get some intel on an intel package, which is hopefully a good scanning site. And then start contacting here and find, well, rather find the next set of missions. And then get back over here. But for now, I'm gonna take a break here. New campaign setup. Let me know what you think, if everything is clear about the rules that we're using here. And if you have any suggestions of what else we could implement, let me know. I will probably take the campaign start a little bit slower, yes, and not record the next episodes right away. You know, wait for this one to go live, read through the comments, then do the next recording of 1 or 2 episodes. So it might not be immediately a daily schedule, right? Every other day, or maybe then, you know, some gaps in between. But we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.